G'day folks, this is my latest acquisition. Is a Faip F81 Tire mounting machine. This is part of a deal I made with the YouTuber by the name V8 Jagnut. You'll find in my favourites or if you search. One of his mates had this sitting in the shed doing nothing, so I traded him some refrigeration scrap and he got me this machine. Well, I wouldn't say it was scrap though, it was good parts. So this goes to show you can trade goodies for goodies. It's all a part of the scrap game. This thing runs on 415 volt 3-phase, so I can't just go over to the wall and plug it in. But it says 220 on the cabinet, so with a bit of luck I'll be able to run it on single phase. I'll have to pop that access cover off and see what's inside. But it all works. I tried it before we took it out of the shop. Mounted and dismounted a tyre. Works really well actually. No effort. Now it's a bit dark out here and that fluoro's not in the best position for this, but you've got pedal for the speed breaker. You have pedal for the clamps. It brings these pneumatic clamps in. There's a cylinder underneath. And you have forward and reverse for the turntable when she's plugged into the power. You only really use reverse if you mess up and she binds up on you. Otherwise you just go forward one direction, peel them on, peel them off. The mechanism. You break the beads down the bottom first and you place your wheel up on here. Close your clamps up to grab the rim. And you can peel the tyre back with your tyre lever, get this put in underneath and let it rip. Eventually I'll get it running and I'll do a couple of demos. This one's self-adjusting too, there's no need to bring the arm out to a set distance. It's sort of good if you get it really does bind up, it'll spring out on you instead of tearing the arse out of the bead. Kind of a handy feature. I'll head things right back. Some of these air fittings, this air switch is leaking, so I'm going to have to pull all that apart and replace these. But I've got these fittings on the shelf, so that's no problem. Table and everything's in good nick. I can still hook it up to the air and demonstrate a few of its capabilities, but I might do that tomorrow when it's a bit more light. Apart from that, this is a very good working unit. I'm going to do all my scrap tyres and things with it. Plenty lying around. Mounted ones anyway. Chuck all the rims in the steel bin, get rid of them. And I might move this to a friend's workshop where they've got more tyres and junk to get through. At the scrapyard. They always get old tyres on trailers and things that need to be stripped down. So I might just rent it out or partially sell it to them and it'll be a permanent fixture for their shop. I'll still get a percentage of the proceedings though. Next step, see if I can get this thing running. G'day folks, I've got my inspection cover off. Down inside here we have a reversible 3-phase motor, V-belt drive up to a reduction gearbox for the turntable. I'm not sure how I'm going to go trying to run this on a single phase. I don't think I'll be able to. May require investment in a rotary phase converter if I'm to keep the machine here, or simply move it to my mate's workshop where they have got 3-phase. But either way it's a good machine. That big fat thing in there is also the cylinder for the bead breaker. That's why they've got so much oomph. And that thing clamps, it clamps hard. Big short stroke, but a ton of pressure. A lot of pressure. You've got the pneumatic and electric switches down there. Electric drum switch for the motor forward reverse. In there that tells, because it says 220 volts on the label there, but this has been running on 415, so I don't know what's going on there. I'll figure something out with it anyway. That's all for now, and Thanks for watching. I'm just in the process of troubleshooting the pneumatics. Even though it's a bit late at night, I can't help but fiddle with this thing. At first I thought there was air leaking from this pneumatic switch, but it's actually just the fitting up the top. No matter how hard you snug the hose in, she's still broken apart or blown its O-ring out inside. And it's going through my box of pneumatics, trying to find some suitable right angle fittings. There's a couple in here. 1/8 VSP, standard 5mm tube, 6mm. Tubing, other stuff here, it's actually surplus McDonald Johnson parts for obsolete garbage truck systems. New old stock valves and everything. I bought it as industrial wholesale parts scrap. It only cost me $100 for the tub. It's well worth it. So I'm going to make some of these fittings in, seal up the pneumatic so it doesn't make a horrible hissing sound, and see if this works. The other problem is when you clamp the table and bring the clamps in, it doesn't always stay clamped. You'll be running your tyre off and she'll unclamp and the rim will slip on the table. So I've got to make sure that stays locked. That's the only other problem with this, apart from needing a good clean and grease up. Just the clamp pedal and this switch up the top here. Very simple stuff. I could probably spend years replacing all the pneumatics on this thing. As soon as you disturb one fitting, they just start leaking. I've already done both fittings up top. Once you take the old hose out, the rubber grommet disintegrates and they leak. I'm going to have to get down there and silence those leaks at some stage. But for now, this top bit works. I've redone this hose here. Lock the arm in position. Get a big diaphragm cylinder here. Definitely needs oiling too. So that's quiet now. Clamps. Bead breaker. I think I'll have to drag a scrap wheel up from the backyard and try this. Neat. The only problem is there's no motor, so I can't rotate and peel it off, that's all. Everything else works. There you have it. One cool bit of equipment. Going to save a lot of time. Thanks for watching, folks. I'm going to keep slugging away at this and get it tidied up for a couple of days' time when I'll drop it off at my mate's place. Right now it's getting too cold out here. I think I'll drag that little condensing unit inside and have a play with that. I've got the heat pump running on the workshop, so I don't want to waste the heat for too long. Thanks for watching.